So guys, welcome to the podcast. We have a new episode here for you guys with Paul Scalzo Sr. and Don O'Brien. I'm going to allow these gentlemen to introduce themselves, and we're going to dive into what we're doing over here in Greenway Projects in Brookfield, Connecticut.
So I'm Paul Scalzo, and I have a real estate company, and we do everything from modular homes to stick-built construction, and here we are in Brookfield, Connecticut at one of our projects.
I'm Don O'Brien. I've been in construction business for about 35 years. I've been working with Paul for over 20, doing residential and commercial construction work.
Amazing, gentlemen. So let's start with some questions here. Not to put any pressure, put you guys on ice yet. So first question, why this location? Why build in Brookfield? Like what intrigues you about this market and serving this community?
It's a great question. So it's kind of interesting. A guy, Greg Nabowski, came into Brookfield and made a spark, and he got money from the state to do sidewalks, and things just started escalating. But this project we're doing here, we've owned the property for over 80 years.
Wow.
So it took that spark, and then with COVID happening, and we got what's called a COVID blessing, as bad as COVID is, and we're sorry it happened. People came up from New York, and it sparked this area here. And not only are we doing 6 duplexes on our property, but we're doing a medical building. We got a grocery store going in, Ace Hardware, 40 apartments, and the Brookfield Center area is just really, really strong with development right now, and it's very busy.
Nice. And Don, how do you feel about that in regards to being the man that's going to be taking on a lot of these overhead projects?
Well, most of my work was taking place in Lower Fairfield County.
Yeah.
But being up here more frequently, especially with the development we just did about a year and a half, 2 years ago, Brookfield to me is a great area. It's got everything you could ask for as far as retail, shopping, community, public parks, and the whole thing. It's a perfect area for a young family to move into.
Nice. And for all this development, what kind of impact do you guys think it will have in regards to the town of Brookfield?
Well, it's interesting.
Pretty exciting.
And I'll let Don jump in too, but I think the grocery store is a magnet. Everybody's talking about it. It's called the Food Emporium. It's 10,000 square feet. Next to it is an Ace Hardware. Next to that looks like there'll be a restaurant. There'll be a coffee place that everybody can go. But I think the grocery store is the key for the Four Corner area.
Nice. Super exciting. And for this development project, do you guys see more going on after that? Or do you guys want to keep pushing that threshold with these projects here? Or is it something one and done? Once these are done, it's a new town, new project?
Well, no, we have 2 other projects starting. The grocery store project will be starting in the next 60 days. And then just south of that, we partnered into another 25 units with 10,000 square feet underneath it. So it's going to keep growing. Unfortunately, we're going to run out of units, and we've only been open like 5 weekends, and we only have 4 left. I mean, the price tag here is great, and the location's great, and people seem to like what we built.
Nice. Yeah. And how do you guys scale this out, like in regards to the development process with all these tasks in your kind of to-do list?
Sure. Well, we have a great team working together with us, and so we have field personnel, we have our excavation crew, we have a great team together, and we tie it all together along with the clients with a great software program that we use, a software called Buildertrend, and it's a construction software platform that ties in also the clients. So the buyers, once they purchase a unit and they're in contract, we set them up with their own portal so they can see the day-to-day activities that we perform on site, and they can track how their new home is being finished.
Nice. And I guess we could say we highly recommend Buildertrend for other developers,
Absolutely.
right?
Makes
to help
life,
maximize their jobs. Sweet. And let's get back to Greenway. So when getting here, I see there's 2 new build-outs coming under the way. And what's the timeline on those, and how's the process been with everything going on?
Yeah, and supply chain.
Yeah.
So I would say we have the units right next to here. They're finished on the outside. The shells, what we call the shell, is constructed. We're doing all the rough-ins on the inside. So you're looking at from that time now for those 2 units to be ready 6-7 weeks. They'll be done, and the units that are being framed right now, rough frame, those are probably 2 months away.
Yeah.
And we just keep rolling down to the rest of them. So, theoretically we could be done, if Paul does the great job in selling all the units, by the end of the year we'll have them all sold and moved in.
Yeah. And for just general comparison, from today's timeline in the past, is there any time differences in regards to supply and demand to get these done? Has it changed quite drastically?
Well, supply
terms
chain
of-
during COVID was very tough and very expensive. It's eased up as far as supply chain. Pricing has not really softened up that much, but supply chain, getting the materials seems to be a little bit easier.
It's funny, even with rates going up, there's adjustable rates now that are
Yeah.
still 4%, and it hasn't slowed down. People are still coming out of New York.
Yeah, I
It's-
mean, there's a lot of
there's-
reason to come out of New York.
Yeah.
I mean, good and bad, like depending on what direction they're headed
Yeah.
in, right?
But the supply, demand supply, there's still not enough product. There's nothing available.
Yeah.
I'm going to say nothing, but there's not a lot available. So we seem to get all those people that can't find a house they like, and ones that are looking for, planned unit living, like what we're doing here.
Yeah, I agree. And what advice would you give other developers in regards to their projects and getting it done at a time frame and that's profitable and also scalable to their business models?
Well, it's pretty interesting because construction prices have risen so much that the land really hasn't gone up in value. But one of the issues is that time to get something approved takes a long time.
Yeah.
And like we started this prior to COVID, and we're doing it now after COVID. And if somebody's starting a project now, they're 2 years out. But I don't know if I think it'll be years before the supply chain. My reading has said we're 3 million homes short in the United States right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a pretty big number.
Yeah. Between 2008 and 2018, there was virtually nothing built.
Yeah. Huh. Wow. That's an interesting fact.
Yeah, it is.
I wasn't aware of that. So.
Yeah.
That was after the
Shoot.
recession.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And were there any obstacles here in this project here in Greenway that you guys came across?
Well, Don did. Obviously,
Oh, yeah,
you can
Don
talk
did.
about the site work, Don.
Well, like Paul said, getting approvals for the development takes a long time. So that's all work that has to be done ahead of time.
Yeah.
In this particular site, we did have a lot of rock that we had to deal with and remove. And so getting the lot ready for actual foundation work, it was a time-consuming effort as well.
Yeah. And just to kind of let's dive into a little deeper to the Greenway. Can you talk a little bit about the layout, the design, and kind of how you guys went about constructing this?
You want me to?
Yeah,
Take a step?
you
So
were instrumental in
we
the
had a
design.
footprint we had to work with that.
Yeah.
And we have an architect on staff, and we have designers on our team actually that use cheap architect. And we started off with that, and we just kind of narrowed it down to try to give the best value we can with the space provided. So this one here that we're in is 1,882 square feet. It's 3 bedrooms, large closets. We decided not to do extras. Everything you see comes included. It's just one price. I mean, there are some extras like fireplace, hardwood floors, and things like that if you want to get those. But it wasn't long for us to do it because we build all over, and we deal with Westchester Modular Homes, and they design 300 homes a year.
Yeah.
So we're pretty good when it comes to designing a home and knowing what the public wants.
Yeah, which is big, right? The
Yeah.
market, the consumer, different trends. And what could we, for the potential home buyers here, what experience can they expect when they choose to purchase a home here at Greenway Crossing?
Well, I think that the person, we've only had one closing, we've got a couple, we're starting our closings, but I think the experience is a good one. First of all, Builder Trend allows them to look
Yeah.
day by day with what they're doing, but they're going up fast, they're going to finish fast, and it's a planned community, that's what we call it, with low association fees because they bring out their own garbage, they have their own propane tank and things like that. But I think the experience has been really good so far. The banks like us.
Yeah.
So we have special financing.
Nice.
They like what we're building. So I think the units are really nice.
Amazing.
And they're quiet. We're in the property management business. So these are duplexes, first of all, but what we've done as far as quality in the homes, you won't hear anybody next door, not in these houses.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's good to know. So you got sound blocked
Yeah.
doors and
Yeah, the
drywall.
soundproofing between the walls. Yeah.
Nice.
That's the number
Yeah.
one complaint we get in our property management business,
Well,
sound.
Sweet.
So-
I mean, I think that's a complaint for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, what's the saying go? There's ears in the wall. There's a classic saying.
Yeah.
I forgot the saying. How's it go?
I don't know, but they say walls speak.
Yeah. There's a whole bunch of saying for walls, right?
Yeah.
No, so that's good to know. That's going to be an outdated saying moving forward. So the Greenway Crossing project in homes here, it's super exciting. I think we're going to have a lot of tremendous new members to the neighborhood that are going to look forward to be living in these spaces. And what's the best way to reach you guys? You know,
I would say right on our website, scalzo.com. Simple.
there we go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so anyone looking to live in the town of Brookfield in a fantastic townhome, these duplexes are going to be here to be served to the community. And for any new home buyers, we're super excited to bring it here. Scalzo has worked really hard to get it done. Don is doing a lot of the muscle. He's in tremendous shape. You know, this is how he stays young. So we're excited for this one, and we look forward to seeing all the new members of the community and here at Greenway Crossing.
Thank you, Mike.
Yeah.
No, pleasure,
Thank you.
guys.